It's raining and it's horrible and gloomy outside. I've got my coffee in a pumpkin mug, and that obviously can only mean that it is time to start working on the spooky autumn collection. Hello my loves, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mahsa and I'm the maker, owner, creator, everything behind Moonchild by Mahsa, which is a small, whimsical and bookish polymer clay business here in the northeast of England. And like I said, today we are going to be working on our spooky autumn launch. So my plan is to bring you guys along with me so that I don't have to do all of this alone. We're going to be working on the launch for the next few days. We're going to be making everything that we need to make. Then we're going to do all the photography. We're going to get everything listed. And I think I will stop this video on the night that everything goes live. So we'll see how it all goes. I'm really excited about this launch. I think it's full of really cute things. I've been working really hard on making the prototypes and I've got some good ideas, but I'm also really nervous because this will only be the second launch that I'm doing for my business this year, and the first one went horribly. I don't think I sold a single thing, and I've been really struggling to try and get sales on the website. So when I go to markets, they're usually fine, but trying to get the sales on the website has been a real struggle. I'm basically paying money for a website that isn't getting used, and it's really sad. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. I don't know if I should get rid of the website. I don't know if I should try Etsy maybe. I don't know. So I'm gonna try really hard to make this as good of a launch as I possibly can. Hopefully we'll get some sales on the website. I'm gonna try and set up US shipping and New Zealand and Australia and the countries that are easier to ship to. So because of the GPRS, or I can't remember exactly what the letters are, the new regulation that came in, shipping to the EU is super difficult. So I won't be doing that, but I want to try and set up shipping for some other countries, so maybe that'll encourage people to go to the website. I'm trying to do more social media stuff, so we will see how it goes. Also, you'll notice I got myself a little mic. This is going to be the first video that I'm using it properly, so let me know what you think of the sound. I really wanted one because like all the other YouTubers have one, and I wanted to have good sound, and hopefully this means that when I've got markets coming up, I can actually vlog at the markets, so you'll actually be able to hear me. So it is currently Saturday the 20th of September. We are at 20 to 2. Oh my god, okay. And the spooky autumn launch is going to be on Tuesday the 23rd of September. So we basically have today, tomorrow, Monday we have some of, because I'll be working my part-time job, and then some of Tuesday. So we are running very behind. We are always behind schedule over here, so it's just normal for me at this point. I did start doing some sculpting last night, so here's what I did last night.
Open up the window, I'm breathing in the last of September. I can feel the wind blow, and the late summer sky is like a dying ember. Everything is turning into gold when the autumn leaves are playing chase. It puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are...
Lovely. I'm actually not sure how much clips I got from last night, so that might have been a very short clip, but I will show you where we are currently at. So one of the prototypes that I made is this beautiful little guy. Look at him, he's so stinking cute. Obviously this is a mummy moonling and it's one of our spooky ones for the year. I don't know if I'll just keep this one and then maybe not do another spooky moonling. That's the thing I'm really torn about, because I feel like in recent times the moonlings haven't been selling as well, particularly at markets. Like I said, my online sales are abysmal, so at markets I haven't been selling a lot of moonlings. It's been other things that I've been mostly selling. So I think this guy is so cute though, so I'm gonna make 6 of the mummy moonlings, and also the tissue gauzy bit that I've used all around here. It glows in the dark and it's so stinking cute. I am almost finished with the 6. In fact, let me just quickly show you. So this is what the 6 of them look like currently. That one just needs to get its eyebrows and mouth put on. These still need more tissue and things put onto them, so I just need to finish these and get them into the oven to bake. And once those guys are in the oven baking, then I will get on with other things. I really want to, sorry, I'm trying to get comfortable. I've had to scooch my seat way lower than usual so that I could, you know, be in line with the camera, and it is not working for me. I also need to make up a little prototype of a bookmark that I'm going to be doing, and I'll quickly show you that before I actually get to sculpting. This one hasn't turned out so good, but the other one has. So this is what it's going to be. This one you can see on there, the paper clip I used got caught on the glaze, so there's like a little thing there, so this might go into like a seconds sale or something. But this is what it looks like. It's a little skull with a tiny little crow sitting on top of the skull. It's super cute, but it basically looks like this. So you've got your skull and your little crow, and this is going to be one of the metal bookmarks. I just need to play around with it and see how that's going to work, but I'm so happy with it. And I used mother of pearl for the skull, so it's like all pearly and it's got like little like swirls in it, and I just think that's come out so cute. So I want to do up one of the bookmarks to see exactly how I want it, to see if I'm happy with the size of the skull and the crow, and once I know more about what I want with the sizes, then I can get sculpting some more. Enough yapping from me. Let's finish these guys. I think I'm going to need a little bit more glow-in-the-dark clay.
Since I was a little child, every year for as long as I remember, all the leaves were running wild, going all the way until November. Turn the world around us into gold. When the autumn leaves are playing chase it, puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow.
So the mummies had baked in the oven and they're currently cooling down in the oven. I had a very nutritious pot noodle for lunch, and then I got this idea for a really silly TikTok, and I obviously had to make it straight away, and I think it's very funny. I think it's hilarious. Might put it up on the screen. And I just think it's so funny. Like, as soon as I started making the mummies last night, all I had in my head was the mummification process has begun, and I had to like find the audio and then just get that little clip, and I think it's so funny, and I just don't think anyone else is going to think it's as funny as I think it is. So I posted it on TikTok, I think maybe 10 minutes ago. Let's have a look. So I posted it 11 minutes ago and it has 0 views, like not a single view at all. And I'm just a little bit concerned. So I think it might just be one of those things that is for my enjoyment and no one else's. If you enjoy silly, unhinged, just stuff on TikTok, then follow me over there. Everything's linked down below. I'm trying to stop overthinking what I post over on TikTok in particular, just because I think you're supposed to post on there every day, and I don't post every day at all, but it has to be like silly and easy stuff that you post if you're going to post regularly. So anyway, follow me on TikTok if you want to. Now, I have made the moonlings, like I said. Maybe I'll make some bookmarks.
Dancing through the last days of September. I wonder where they're going. The flight of swallows sailing through the sky. There's no way of knowing, but maybe someplace far from you and I. When the autumn leaves are playing chase it, puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one.
Apologies for the terrible angle. I'm having a really hard time because I have a system for how I do the bead bits on this. Do like a little moon, I'll do one of my flowers with like a little bead in it, I'll space out the leaves, and then I'll do that and it dangles like this. And it's the same on the other one. The color of the leaves and the beads and the moon is slightly different, but similar method. The problem that I'm having is that the colored beads that I have don't necessarily go with the little crow and skull situation. So the darker ones that I've got are just like ever so slightly too big. I don't know if the flower is a good option to still do or not. I could order more beads, but we are moving house very soon, as in hopefully the next month or so. We have been waiting to move. We sold the house that we are currently in June. We sold this house and we still haven't moved, which is ridiculous. Don't want to order more beads because I'm trying to use what I have so that I've got less stuff to move with me. And I'm trying to also not spend a huge amount of money on things when I don't know if it's gonna sell. So I don't know if I should just make do with the beads that I have and do like a dark blue. We are getting somewhere. We have that. Maybe I'll not do the flowers. Maybe I'll just do like little beads. Maybe if I feel like the colors that I have are not cohesive. I think that's the problem. I think I've got it. I think I've got it. I think it's so cute. You've got your skull with your little crow. And then this is what I've gone with. I've gone with the blue. I've gone with the flower. I've put this funky shaped bead on there because I feel like it adds a bit more character. You see? I have to clean this up now. I've just got beads everywhere, and obviously I don't want to lose any or waste any of them. There's just no way to get this lighting to look good. This is what we're going with. So I've had to change into a jumper because it was freezing. I put the heating on for like 10 minutes and then turned that off. But jumper's on, cup of tea is had. What I think my plan is to make a bunch of paperclip bookmarks. For my previous launch, I sort of attempted these a little bit and I think they're quite cute, but this was a prototype that never made it. These little guys never saw the light of day and I'm honestly not sure why. So what I'm thinking is, because we're obviously doing spooky season, is ghosts. For this launch, do 3 packs of 3 and then sell them individually as well. So I need 3 ghosty designs. So I'm going to do an original ghost, and then I think I'm going to do one with a mushroom on its head because they're always super popular. And then I don't know what other kind of ghosty it should be because I want it to be something that you can use like all year round. So the ghosty pals that I've got that have have a little flower on their head, maybe something like that, maybe a little witch hat, but I don't want it to get too big. So I'm about to do a little bit of playing around and see what I can actually achieve. My throat starting to feel very tickly, very scratchy, like I'm getting sick, and ain't nobody got time for that. Like, absolutely not. Hard pass. Will not be getting sick. Don't have time for it. So I'm just gonna try and power through as much as I possibly can and hope that I can make it out of this. Hello. So it is the next day. I have just thrown this jumper back on because I barely had it on last night. I ended up getting literally next to nothing else done last night after I finished speaking to you guys. I don't know if you can tell from my voice, but I'm so ill. So I don't know how this happened, but that little scratchy throat, I'm ill. So I'm gonna do my absolute best to not sound awful on camera today, and also try to not sniff loads because no one wants to hear that. I of course have a cup of tea which I've dumped a whole bunch of organic honey into in the hopes that it'll somehow make me feel a bit better. I'm gonna attempt to make these ghost bookmarks. So of course, as soon as I get my hands all dust and lint free to start working with the white clay, Amazon decides to arrive. So I'm gonna show you what I ordered. So even though I think the little skull and crow beads look okay, I did order some more like dark colored beads. So these are like some grey, silvery sparkle ones. They're a little bit like see-through, which I quite like. So we've got that one, and then I also got like a dark purple, which I think is super cute. Like, I really like the dark purple. So maybe instead of like the light colored beads here, if we do dark. I know I said I wasn't going to buy anything because we are moving house, but I did, so I don't know what to tell you. I bought a bunch of beads.
Whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low. Dancing through the last days of September.
Morning. I don't know how well you can tell by my voice that I took a turn. I am deeply unwell. Like, I can't decide if I'm boiling or if I'm freezing. I have a temperature. My whole body is aching. I am really not doing well at all. I've literally just managed to get out of bed, go downstairs and make a coffee, and it's 1 minute past 12. So I am on a struggle bus. So I'm going to probably not be on camera very much for this little bit. All I managed to get done last night before I completely crashed out was I decided to make all the little ghosty bodies for the bookmarks. Well, I say all, I made 4. So I've made 4 ghosty bodies, and then I'll shape them, and then I'll put them all on the paper clips. I think that's the easiest way to do it. I think I know how to bake them so that they keep their shape, so that's really good. Instead of making 3 different types of the ghost paperclip bookmarks, I'm just going to make a standard one and then a mushroom hat one and go from there.
Another rainy afternoon, I don't know I just miss you more than anything. It's way too quiet in the house. I'm just wasted on the couch. Guess I don't wanna feel anything. Wish you'd stayed here beside me. This isn't how it's supposed to be. Wish you'd stayed here right with me. I can't shake that feeling that we said goodbye too soon. I know the hour's getting late. I shouldn't sit here contemplating. I just can't stop thinking about us. I won't forget a single thing, from drunken nights to Sunday mornings, and how you smile at me. Wish you'd stayed here beside me. This isn't how it's supposed to be. Wish you'd stayed here right with me. I can't shake that feeling that we said goodbye too soon. How it's supposed to be.
Hello, it is launch day and I feel like a warmed up big pile of poo. I obviously also sound like this, which is highly unfortunate. Yeah, basically we are currently 3 hours and 37 minutes is how long we have until the launch. I'm just so upset and disappointed in myself, which I know doesn't make sense because if you're ill, there's literally nothing you can do. If I wasn't a small business owner, I would be in bed right now, and I always preach about how important it is to take rest days and rest when you need to, and then here I am powering through because I don't want to let anyone down, and like there isn't even anyone to let down, but it's just, yeah, I'm just gonna do what I can. So it's gonna be a smaller launch than I originally wanted it to be, because yesterday when I was making, so yesterday, bearing in mind I'd made most of the shapes for these. This little guy, can you see him? There we go. I think I made one of those every hour and a half, because I had no energy, I had no motivation, I had to stop every 2 seconds to either cough or sneeze or something like that. So it's just not been great. It's a much smaller launch than I wanted to. We have the mummy moonlings, we have 2 types of ghost paper clips, we have 1 of the skull and crow bookmarks, so that's 3 different types of bookmarks, and then you will have already seen that I've done the ghost cutout bookmarks as well. So this launch currently only has 1 moonling and 4 types of bookmarks, which isn't a lot. It's not a lot of variety, it's not a lot of anything, to be honest with you, but we are powering through. Can we appreciate how cute the little mushroom hat ones have come out though? Like, look at them, they're so precious. I also went down a little rabbit hole of trying to set up shipping for the US. I can't figure out how to make Shopify take the tax or the customs duties that it needs to. Some of my items are exempt from the duties that you need to pay. So the moonlings are exempt, any sort of like sculpture or figurine or thing like that is exempt. However, anything like keychains or bookmarks or anything like that, they have 10% on them. So if a keychain is £15, then there is an extra £1.50 that needs to be paid on top of that. Then you've got the shipping rate on top of that already. I'm hoping that if anyone from the US will be buying anything, then they will be buying more than one item, just because then it makes the shipping cost more digestible. I have quite a fear with international shipping, so the only shipping that I offer to the US right now is tracked, and I wouldn't do it anything other than tracked because I don't want it to go missing. Like, I just want to have the assurance that I can track it, the customer can track it, and because of that, it's more on the pricey side. So if anyone is ordering more than one item, then that makes it a little bit more manageable. Please ignore the horrible lighting and the even worse angle. I am fighting for my life. I'm hanging on by the tiniest little thread. It is currently 5:15. I just need to make it to 7. That's all I have to do. Just make it to 7 o'clock and then everything's going to be fine. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get the blue Starry Night ghosts on the website tonight. What I have done is I've taken the photos of each individual moonling, because they are of course listed individually because they all have very different facial expressions. So you've got, like, they have different facial expressions and I like to do them separately. So I've taken the individual photos for those. I've photographed the crow skull bookmark, and I've also photographed the ghost bookmarks. So all of those have been photographed. I am going to have to turn the brightness up on them by quite a bit, just because I was starting to lose the light when I was taking the photos, but I think we're going to be okay. Hoping you can hear me. I haven't actually tested to see whether or not this mic is doing what it needs to on any of the clips, so if you can't hear me on any of these clips and this video has just been a massive waste of time, then I am going to lose my mind. It is 2 minutes past 7 and allegedly there's one person on the website. Do I believe that? I fully expect nothing to come from this. So whether I'm being deeply pessimistic or whatever, that's just where we are. I've only ever done one launch where I got sales from it on the website. So yeah, basically I'm deeply unwell and I'm sad and I'm feeling sorry for myself, and I just don't think we're going to get any sales. I've managed to upload the 3 listings: the ghosty paperclip bookmarks, the skull and crow bookmarks, and the mummy moonlings are also on there, as well as those ones. The other spooky items that I had on there already were the pumpkin hat moonling, the witch moonling, and the zombie moonling. So I'm pretty happy with the little selection on there. I haven't been able to finish the blue ghosties and get them glazed and get them on there, so very sorry about that. If I do get any sales or anything like that, I will let you guys know. I'll hop on camera. But that's all for me. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've made it this far, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. It would mean the absolute world to me to have you here on this journey. Absolute tangent. We made it to 50 subscribers and immediately within half an hour we lost a subscriber. So we're back on 49. So if someone wants to subscribe so we can hit the 50 mark, that would be amazing. If you've made it this far as well, then drop a little ghost or crow emoji. I'm not sure if the crow emoji exists, but if it does, drop it down below and I can say thank you. And I will see you very soon in another video where hopefully I will be less sick. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you very soon. Bye.